Okay, so Piotr, we've worked together for a couple of months now. I think you've had maybe close to a dozen lessons.
Yeah.
And today was the first time you'd experienced having a Feldenkrais lesson and then a riding lesson straight afterwards.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your experiences, how you felt before, how you felt afterwards, the difference it made to your riding?
Okay. So first of all, I have to say I didn't know about this modality, anything at all, and I came to the lesson completely with open mind. Although I will be honest, I did not expect to have big difference after one lesson. So I said, Karen says we should do it, so I will do it. So we started the lesson by making me realize how crooked my body is. It is the first time in my life I was able to visualize, and I actually saw it in my mind, how crooked the body is. I'm not going to go into all detail, but it was an interesting experience to start with. Then we were going through some exercises, which again I'm not going to describe, but the main point is that while we were doing those exercises, I felt the restrictions, which are the best way to explain it, it's almost like in my muscle memory or in my brain that controls the muscle. With certain movements, there are patterns of restrictions which I didn't realize before they exist, but they became extremely obvious while we were doing the class. And then gradually Karen managed to gently overcome those restrictions and made my whole body absolutely relaxed. So I can honestly tell you, I've never felt my body to be so relaxed in my life. My breathing has improved as well. I think that one of my biggest problems with riding is the way I breathe in a very restricted and irregular way, and which makes me just hard and not soft. Then we went to have a lesson with Golly and have a ride, and as Karen explained before, I've already had about 9 or 10 lessons, and we've made a big progress. There's no doubt about it. When I started here, I could walk, but I couldn't stop Golly, and we've made progress. We went to the canter and so on. But there was one thing that happened every time on every lesson. As I was getting on Golly, Karen said before to me, every time you get on the saddle, the horse will assess you, and the horse will think who you are. And I felt that up to today, every time I got on Golly, the Golly's response was, oh, it's him again. Whereas today was a very different story. Golly said, oh, what's a nice rider, what's a nice light rider I have today. So I immediately felt there was much more energy in him. His walk to start with was not sleepy. He said, well, I want to go, let's try to see what we can do together. My whole body felt straighter. I felt really relaxed. I had no problems with holding my shoulders down. My breathing was better, and Golly was really happy and energetic and to do anything that I was asking him to do. Now, on occasions, we get to the point where I do something wrong, and then Golly says, well, you are confusing me, so he starts making lateral movements or going in the different direction that I would like him to go. Today, it was much easier for me to relax and ask him for the correction, and he was actually doing it. Trot was pleasure, and I was able to lift myself much higher than before. I was able to keep the angle in the trot in a better way on the circle. Going into canter did not create any problem. The transition was relatively easy and nice, and we managed to do quite a lot. So the whole experience made my day. I'm really happy.
Thank you.